Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona, and today's class is a 60-minute warming, breath-centered Vinyasa flow class. Class moves progressively through a variety of sun salutes and standing postures, and we work up toward taking an optional arm balance toward the end of the class. Class moves at a fairly steady and continuous pace, although we do have a gentle, slow warm-up. And because of its pace, it's probably more suitable for those of you with a more established practice, or you're a stronger beginner. And I am shooting at home today because we are again in lockdown in Victoria, and I'm unable to travel to the studio to shoot where I normally do. So next 6 weeks you'll have this view, and perhaps the view of my dogs and my family. So welcome to my home, and thank you for practicing with me, and I hope you're all keeping well and safe. Namaste. And begin your practice in Sukhasana, easy cross-legged seat, taking your right shin in front of your left shin and flexing at the toes. And from here, elevating your spine, taking the arms out wide to the side for eagle arms, wrapping your left arm on top of your right arm, and either catching opposite shoulders here or wrapping the arms to press the palms. And just settle in, make any subtle adjustments through the side waist, the spine, until you feel very comfortable. You can allow the weight of your hips and your groins to descend down, and at the same time lifting the sides of the waist up and out of your hips, elevating your torso so your lower back feels really tall. Your forearms are projecting forward, and you can just feel the spread of your skin in your upper back, maintaining a soft energy around your neck and your jaw. And either set a soft gaze toward where your elbows cross, or simply close the eyes, start to drop into your body, into your breath, breathing in and out through the nostrils, and letting your breath permeate into all the actions of the body. Your body breathing into your arms, your side body, gradually starting to lengthen and deepen your breath, building warmth in your shoulders, and taking a deep breath in here. As you exhale, unravel the arms and walk forward into a forward fold, keeping the legs crossed, walking forward any amount with the hands. Just emphasizing length through the front and back of your spine. And bow your chin in toward your chest, your head toward your heart. Breathe deeply. And taking one more deep breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands back and recross your legs, left shin in front of the right. Comfortable and balanced on both sit bones, float the arms out wide, and this time take your right arm on top, left arm under, and wrap the arms or catch your shoulders. Just inviting your upper back to broaden and dome lightly by drawing the forearms forward, softening the shoulders away from your earlobes, and just settling in for a few breaths. Starting to cultivate an Ujjayi breath, breathing with sound, with a gentle contraction through the back of the throat. Starting to warm the lungs with the warmth of your breath. Unraveling the arms and tipping forward into a forward fold, walking the hands out. Take your hands as wide as your shoulders and gently bow in. Sending your sit bones back as you crawl forward through the fingertips. And just feeling how your exhale allows you to soften and taking 2 more full cycles of breath. Gently unraveling, take and walk the hands back there. And from here we are going to shift into child's pose at the back of your mat. So just either walking over the legs or coming round. Split the knees a little wider than your hips. Bring your big toes to touch, buttocks to the heels, and walk yourself forward in between the thighs. And try and creep the little fingers to the edges of your mat so you provide space for your shoulders there. And keeping your arms straight, your elbows lifted. Lengthen forward. Pressing all the fingers into the mat as you reach the hips back toward your heels. And this is a rest pose if you need to take a break or do less anytime during the class. It's also a really helpful pose for releasing tension either side of the spine. And let your breath travel into your spine from your tailbone all the way up to the back of your neck and then back down the spine. Feeling your breath broaden wide and deep. On your next breath in, glide up onto all fours, transition into downward facing dog, lifting the hips up and back, and reaching the heels. And just setting up your foundation, all 4 corners of your body. Making sure your fingers are spread and you close up the air pockets underneath your hands. And then spreading the toes, separating the feet and lightly angling your heels out, toes in, sharing the effort between the legs and the arms. And just balancing this with an easeful, steady gaze and a calm breath. And take a nice smooth breath in, gaze forward between the hands, softly bend the knees and walk yourself forward. Bring your feet to hip distance apart and take an easy forward fold, bending at the knees, laying your torso on your thighs. And once again, just lightly angle the heels out so you emphasize an inward spiral to your inner upper thighs. And so you can access a nice wide feeling in the backs of your legs. And just getting into a comfortable position there so you can let your spine spill down. So you get a natural traction down through all the vertebrae. Your arms can be hanging or you can catch opposite elbows here. Take a few steady breaths. And then releasing your hands to the floor. Deeply bend the knees and just slowly roll up through your spine. Come all the way up to stand, reaching your arms overhead. And then press your palms, lower them to your heart center. Keeping your feet just as they are. We'll just start with the arms, starting to establish a breath cadence and smooth movement to create ease and rhythm. As you breathe in, circle your arms overhead, press your palms, gaze up. As you exhale, lower your hands to your heart. Twice more, arms overhead, breathe in. Exhale, hands to the heart. Breathe in, reach and stretch through your whole body. Exhale, hands to the heart. 3 half forward folds, arms rise overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, deep bend in the knees, forward fold, Utkatasan. Inhale, slide the hands up to your shins, look forward, flat back. Exhale, refold, gently bend the knees, drop your head. Rise to stand on your in-breath. Hands to your heart on your out-breath. Twice more, just like that. Arms overhead, breathe in, nice firm belly. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, lift up halfway, extend your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press to stand, breathe in. Exhale, hands to your heart. Breathe in, arms overhead. As you exhale, forward fold. 2 rounds Surya Namaskar A with a cat and cow. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose and pause. Deep breath in. As you exhale, knees to the floor, your buttocks to your heels, child's pose. As you breathe in, glide up onto all fours, gently arc the spine, soften your belly, gaze up. Exhale, curl and round the spine, push into the hands. One more round just like that, arching the spine, just finding a fluidity in your spinal movement. Exhale, round the spine, hug your abdominal core in. Return to neutral spine, breathe in, gaze forward. Then send your chest forward through your arms, lower all the way to the floor, setting up for Sphinx Pose. Draw your forearms forward, shoulder width apart, palms face down. Lightly tuck your chin in toward your chest and just activate the lower body, legs engaged, all 10 toes onto the floor. And then drawing your heart, your ribs forward through your arms. Mild back bend, just finding that uniform arch through your spine. Gently peel down toward the floor, hands by your ribs, press back up onto all fours and back to downward facing dog. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. Take 2 more full cycles of breath. End of your exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step lightly forward, top edge of the mat. Bring your big toes to touch, take a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise all the way to stand, breathe in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. We'll do that one more round. Arms overhead, breathe in. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank. Breathe in deeply here. Exhale, knees to the floor, your buttocks to your heels. Empty the lungs. All fours, breathe in, gently arch the spine. Exhale into cat, round the spine, feeling that muscular engagement through the abdominal core. Once more, each direction, breathing in, breathing out. Neutral spine, abdominals engaged, shift forward and lower to the floor. Keep your hands where they are, elbows tucked in, gently peel up for Cobra Pose. Very little effort in your hands here, try and use your core strength to lift and feeling of length through all 3 parts of your spine. When you exhale, peel down, up onto all fours and then back to downward facing dog. Take 3 cycles of breath. end of your exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step lightly forward, bring the toes to touch. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthening through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand on your in-breath, arms reach overhead, eyes up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms overhead, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold, Surya Namaskar C. Ardha Uttanasana, breathe in, your halfway lift. Fingertips down, right foot steps back, knee to the floor. Reach the arms overhead as you breathe in. Stay here as you exhale, let your hips sink forward. Pushing firmly through your front heel, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Lightly, quietly step back, plank pose, breathe in. Exhale, a vinyasa, knees, chest, chin to the floor or a full push-up. Back bend of your choice, just gently arcing the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spreading your fingers, anchoring your hands, pushing the floor away so you feel an upward energy through the arms to your shoulders. External rotation through your upper arms so you feel a broadness in your upper back. And spreading the sit bones. And trying to lengthen actively down through the back of your legs to your heels. And step the toes together at the back of the mat. Reach your right leg up and back as you breathe in. As you exhale, lightly step your right foot forward. Take your left knee to the floor. Low lunge, arms rise. Breathe in. Pause and settle. Breathe out. Firm belly here. Front of the pelvis lifting up. Reach up. Breathe in. Exhale. Fingertips to the floor. Step forward. Bring the toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Breathe in, arms circle overhead, gaze up. Just moving with your breath, forward fold. Breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, left foot lunges back, left knee to the floor, low lunge, arms reach up, variation here. As you breathe out, hands behind the back, interlace your fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift your heart, breathe in. Exhale, draw the fists down. Release the arms, sweep them overhead, breathe in. Hands to the floor, breathe out. Inhale, step back, plank pose. Exhale, lower to the floor. Back bend of your choice, breathing in. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll keep it rolling, toes together, back of the mat, left leg rising as you breathe in. Left foot forward in between your hands, right knee to the floor. Arms sweep overhead, breathe in. Hands behind the back, interweave the fingers. Breathe in, lift and shine your heart up. Exhale, draw the fists down. Breathe in, release the arms alongside your ears, up toward the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the floor, frame your foot, step forward, toes to touch. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise to stand, arms overhead, stretch your whole body out. Firm belly, hands to heart. Surya Namaskar A, arms circle overhead, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Inhale, full breath right up to the chest. Exhale, step back, plank pose. And lower through your vinyasa. And feel free at any time to modify with your knees, your chest and chin down. Back bend of your choice, and then all meeting up in downward facing dog. Take a few rounds of breath to reset and smooth the rhythm of your breath. Active through your arms, the front of your thighs. And feeling a fullness of your breath around your ribs. And bring your toes together there at the back of the mat. Reach your right leg up and back as you breathe in. Exhale, core lunge in the air, right knee in toward your nose, squeeze the belly. Breathe in, down dog splits. Exhale lightly, step forward, high lunge, right foot up in between the hands, over in the right lane. Reach your arms when you're steady. Staying high on the balls of your left toes, left thigh lifting up in space. Let the hips sink down in your comfortable range, lifting up tall through the sides of the waist. Just maintaining that even breath. From here we're going to catch a balance, keep the weight in your right heel and draw the arms down and your left knee in toward your chest. Pause and balance, reset if you need to. Stand tall on your right leg. And then step the left foot down, reach your arms, come into chair pose, Utkatasan. Weight shifts back into your heels, your buttocks move back, and then firm your belly so you can fill out through your low back spine. Reach long through your upper body. Deep breath in here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Vinyasa. Step back high to low push-up. Upward dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Breathe deep. Toes step together, left leg rising on your in-breath. Slow core lunge in the air on your out-breath, knee in toward your nose, push into your hands. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, left foot forward for high lunge. Arms rise on your in-breath. Exhale, just settle in, get comfortable. Feel like you're lifting and expanding across your chest, fanning out across your collarbones, straightening through the elbows, and preparing to balance. Feel your weight in your left foot, and then catch your balance. Arms float down, right knee in toward your chest. Then stand tall on your left leg now. Get a little taller through your body. And as you breathe out, step down, chair pose, toes come together, weight in your heels, reach the arms. Firm belly here, so you're not ducktailing through your low back. Steady gaze, deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back through a Vinyasa, high to low push-up. Upward dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Settle the rhythm of your breath. Recalibrating your spine, feeling any warmth that you can sense in your body. So we're going to do one more round of that variation, moving with your breath. One movement, one breath. Bring your toes together, back of the mat, right leg rising on your in-breath. Core lunge on your out-breath. Inhale, reach back, down dog splits. Exhale, right foot forward, high lunge. Arms rise as you breathe in. Exhale, catch your balance, float the arms down, left knee up. Step down, reach your arms, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back high to low push-up. Upward dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Second side, toes together, left leg rising, breathe in. Left foot forward, high lunge. Reach the arms, breathe in. Catch your balance, right knee in toward your chest, float the arms down. Step down, reach the arms, chair pose, bend the knees. Exhale, empty the lungs, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, nice flat back there, straight legs. Exhale, step back through a vinyasa or simply step back to downward facing dog if you need to do less. And downward facing dog. Breathe wide and deep into your lungs. Emphasize your exhale just as a way of clearing out, resetting. And next round we'll move slow and then we'll pick up the pace. Take your time and keep your unhurried breath with you. Step your toes together, right leg rising as you breathe in. Take a slow core lunge in the air as you breathe out. Inhale, down dog splits. As you exhale, step your right foot up to your hands. Keep your left knee lifting, come into a runner's lunge. And then keep your left hand down, raise the right hand up toward the ceiling, runner's lunge twist. Try and keep your heart extending forward, find a comfortable position for your head. So you can emphasize extension through both sides of your neck, all the way down the spine. Take a smooth breath in. Exhale, right hand to the floor, anchor your back heel, warrior two. Pushing down through your front heel, rise all the way up, float the arms out, parallel with the floor. And then allow the hips to sink down. Your right knee to track forward. And position your spine straight up and down so you feel like your armpits are right over your hips, wrists over the ankles. And then spread across your chest, drawing both collarbones back in space, reaching through your arms. Lunge just a little deeper here. Keep your back leg firm. And reverse your warrior and find a sustainable shape so you can pause for a few breaths. Lengthening into the right side of your waist, your ribs, the armpit. Deep breath in here. And as you exhale, right forearm to your right knee, easy side angle, left arm straight up toward the ceiling. And keep the pinky toe side of your left foot firmly anchored, so your left leg feels strongly engaged. Keep encouraging your right knee to track toward the pinky toe side of your front foot. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, send the gaze down, then your eyes down, hands down. Step back through a vinyasa, high to low push-up. Upward dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Breathe and reset. Toes together, back of the mat, left leg rising, breathe in. Core lunge in the air as you breathe out. Rock forward, shoulders come over the wrists. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, left foot forward in between your hands, runner's lunge. Keep the back thigh lifting, your right thigh lifting. And then keep your right hand down and send the left hand up toward the sky, stacking your shoulders. And take a twist there. And if you feel like your left buttocks is poked out a little to the in space there, draw it back toward the midline of your body. Deep breath in. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Turn and anchor your back heel, warrior two. Rising all the way up, floating the arms out wide. And getting steady, building your shape from the ground up, spreading through the soles of your feet, your toes. Equal effort through both feet, both legs. And that feeling that your breath is comfortable and smooth. There's no over effort in your body. Lunge just a little deeper. And then as you inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand runs down your right leg, left arm reaches up and back. You can send the gaze up or down toward your back leg, wherever is comfortable for your neck. Find that sustainable shape where you're still breathing. Smooth and nourishing breath. Deep breath in here. Exhale, side angle, Parsvakonasana. Your left forearm comes down to your left knee. Right arm straight up toward the ceiling. So just notice if you can drop some of the weight from your right side waist into the left side waist. Feeling both sides of your body lengthen. Firm the muscles in your back thigh. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, hands down to frame your left foot, step back. High push-up. On your exhale, a low push-up, chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Next round, same sequence, moving one movement, one breath. And feel free to go into a deeper side angle here. We're just holding it for a breath. Or you can return to the same side angle that we just completed. Bringing the toes together, back of the mat, right leg rising as you breathe in, full breath. Exhale, core lunge in the air, empty the lungs completely. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, right foot forward, runner's lunge. Left hand stays down, right hand to the sky, breathe in for your twist. Exhale, hands to the floor, warrior two. Left heel anchors. Coming all the way up, lunging nice and deep on your out-breath. On your in-breath, reverse your warrior, reach up and back with your right hand. Exhale, deeper side angle or same side angle. Right hand could come down to your inner ankle. Left arm could travel overhead. Eyes down, hands down, frame your front foot, step back to a high push-up. Exhale, chaturanga. Breathe in deeply, lift your heart, upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Toes together, back of your mat, left leg rising, breathe in, second side. Core lunge in the air, breathe out. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, quietly step forward, runner's lunge, left foot in between the hands. Right hand stays down, left hand to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, fingertips down, steady yourself, right heel anchors. Come on all the way up, warrior two. Stay here for your exhale, lunge nice and deep. Keep the legs where they are. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, side angle, left hand, left ankle, or forearm to the knee. Right arm can reach over, stretch out. Eyes down, hands down, take a vinyasa, or simply step back, downward facing dog. Breathe and move as slow and as unhurried as you can. And when you arrive in downward dog, make sure your feet are separated, heels are lightly spinning out. Just notice the warmth that's gathered in your hips, perhaps in your shoulders, in your breath. And let your eyes fall steady. And taking the knees to the floor here, And coming down onto your forearms, interlacing the fingers, setting up for dolphin pose. You're going to run the little fingers along the mat, all the other fingers are interlaced. And then raising the knees, lifting the hips, and finding that downward dog shape in your upper body, in your lower body. Reach down through your heels, push down through your wrists and forearms to find a lift and buoyancy through your upper body. Your head should feel like it's hovering here rather than touching the floor. Your jaw's relaxed. Your upper back is broadening, so try and shift the shoulder blades, the scapula, away from the midline of your back. There's a rest coming up. Take 3 more deep breaths in and out. And then place the knees to the floor. Split your knees quite wide there. Come into child's pose. Drop your buttocks to your heels. And let go of the effort in your arms. You can rest your forearms down. You may even like to take your hands back by your feet. Curl into a little ball. And if it's accessible for you, just allow your forehead to rest. That space between the eyebrows. Rest on the mat. And then reaching your arms out in front of you, rolling up onto all fours, stepping back to downward facing dog, just to transition here. A little soft bend in the knees, gaze forward between the hands, and step forward to the top edge of your mat. Take a halfway lift when you arrive. A forward fold, breathe out. Rise all the way to stand, breathe in. Rest your hands to your heart on your out breath. Toe heel your feet nice and wide here to the edges of your mat, setting up for Malasana Yogi squat. Circle the arms overhead. And as you breathe out, start to squat down, perhaps coming down a little way or all the way, sitting on the back of your calves, whatever feels the most comfortable in your body and for your knees. If you're all the way down, elbows are on the inside of the knees, palms pressed to your heart. Lightly drop the chin in toward your chest so you can just feel length travel all the way up into the back of your neck. And lightly press the elbows into the inner knees, the knees to the elbows to create some resistance so you can lift through the spine. Just some gentle hip openers coming up now. Take your time to breathe deep. And set your fingers to the floor here and keep them on the inside of your right foot. Step the left foot back and take your left knee to the floor for lizard pose. So you can stay on your hands here, just making sure your right knee is positioned over your ankle. Right foot's over in the right lane. Or you can come down onto your forearms. But if you do come down that little bit lower, make sure that you don't compromise that length through your spine. If you start to round or you feel like you've lost that integrity in your shape, just come back up onto your hands. And you can gently circle the hips or stay still, allowing your hips to relax and drop forward. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, reframe your front foot, walk your right foot toward the midline and come into Ardha Hanuman, half monkey pose. Walk the hands back now, shift your weight back to straighten out through your right leg. Curl your right toes back toward you, firm the quads, lengthen the front and back of your spine. So to get that feeling of openness through the front of the chest, we can widen our collarbones here, we can draw the chin in. And then from here, rock forward until you come onto the sole of your right foot. And from here, we are going to simply switch sides. So with your hands on the inside of the right foot, just step the left foot up to the top edge of the mat and step your right foot back, right knee to the floor. Hands on the inside of the left leg for lizard pose. Just check in with your shape, have a look, make sure that the left knee's over the ankle, left toes point forward. Your right knee's on a diagonal from your right hip. And your shape feels comfortable enough to breathe a smooth breath. And then just start making all those subtle adjustments, the ones that provide a little bit more space in your body, a little bit more comfort and ease in your breath. Reframing your front foot and making your way into half monkey pose, dropping your hips back, walking your hands back underneath your shoulders to straighten your left leg. So left toes, left kneecap should point toward the ceiling here, and you should feel a firmness just above your left kneecap. A few deep breaths here. And then from here, just travel forward, frame your front foot, pick up your back knee. And we're going to step through to come to sit. You can shoot the duck here, sending your back leg all the way through. You don't have to shoot the duck. You could simply sit down and come to the middle of your mat. We're going to extend our legs out straight in front of us. And from here, there's two options. If you're feeling really open and supple in your hips from the warmth of your practice and you'd like to try and practice an arm balance here, you're going to start by cradling your right leg into your arms with your right toes flexed. And once you're comfortable and you're set, just gently rock your leg in your arms in preparation for Vakrasana or 8-angled pose. If you'd like to take a gentler practice, you can move into Janu Shisasna. So you would keep your right leg out straight and bend your left knee, taking the left sole of your foot to your inner upper right thigh. And from there, just rotating your torso to position yourself over the midline of your right leg. Right leg's engaged. Toes are flexed. You reach your arms up alongside your ears. And as you exhale, forward fold, drawing your navel back toward your spine, and give yourself about 10 breaths to find your edge. And if you're coming into 8-angle pose, you're going to take your right leg as high up on your right arm as possible, placing your right hand down. And then taking your left foot and hooking it over the top of your right foot and gluing the feet together, hands shoulder width apart. And then from here, we're going to transfer our weight into our hands, bringing our chest forward, stacking elbows over wrists, and then shoot the legs out to the side to balance all at the same time. And then land lightly if you haven't already. And don't worry if you didn't get any air there or lift off, we've got the other side to practice on. And if you're in Janu Shisasna, gently releasing, and we'll switch over to the other side, your left leg out straight, right foot to your inner upper left thigh, just setting yourself up, balanced on your sit bones, and rotating to the left there, just so you are going to be forward folding over your straight leg. And those of you who are going to practice the arm balance on the other side, just cradling your left leg into your arms and just give yourself a little rock side to side. And this just allows a little bit more range of motion in the hips. Now that they're warm, you're just preparing yourself. Those of you in Janu Shisasna, making sure that left leg's really engaged. You're pressing the back of your leg into the mat. extending forward, but also shifting your sit bones back as you fold. And arm balances, taking the left leg over your left shoulder or over your left upper arm, gluing the leg to your arm, placing your left hand down, spreading your fingers, and then you can take your right foot and hook it over the top of the left foot. And remember those 3 actions all at once, lifting the buttocks, chest forward and legs out straight. So when you're ready, it's an exhale, firming in through the abdominal core to shift forward and give you a little bit of lightness and send the legs out, just doing your best there. You can either keep the gaze forward or send it out toward your toes. And keep breathing, try not to hold your breath. Landing whenever you're ready, if you haven't already. And releasing the legs. And from here, we'll all step back into downward facing dog when you're ready. And just pedal out through your heels, loosen out through your body. Bring your toes together at the back of the mat. Reach your right leg up and back. And we're going to come into Pigeon Pose here, taking your right knee to the back of your right hand, crossing your shin in front of you, extending your left leg out straight. So if you do have tighter hips here, which is quite normal, you can take your right heel in a little closer toward your pelvis. If you are a little bit more open, your right shin can come more parallel with the front edge of your mat. But do try and keep your right toes flexed, your pinky toe side of your right foot pressing into the mat, and the outer ankle lightly lifting. So that protects the knee joint by activating all the muscles in and around your knees. Try and roll your left hip down and forward, and then coming up high onto the fingertips so you can lift and open the chest, find length. And as you exhale, forward fold here, any amount. Might feel comfortable to come down onto your forearms, perhaps even extending your arms and letting the weight of your hips descend down. If you feel really uncomfortable or your knee feels compromised, please come onto your back and take a hip groin stretch here, simply by taking your right ankle to the top of your left knee and drawing the left knee back toward you. So just settle in here, whichever shape you found. Let your shoulders relax, your upper body let go of its effort. Feel the expression in your face soften. Your belly can relax. And this is quite a deep hip opener. Our muscles in and around the hips are very dense. The ligaments are really strong, and oftentimes if our posture is sitting most of the day, then these muscles get congested. And so this is a lovely deep hip stretch. It's easier to access once you've warmed the legs, and often you can feel a deeper release at the end of your practice in this posture. Just taking 2 more deep breaths. And you're going to look forward, walk the hands back toward your body, standing on your hands to step back to downward facing dog. Pedal out through your heels, stretch out through the back of your right knee, and prepare for the opposite side. Left leg rises up on your in-breath, and then left knee to the back of your left hand. So just making sure the left knee points on a diagonal to the left. And then find a comfortable external rotation for that left thigh. So it could mean that your left heel's toward your pelvis, or it's further away from your pelvis. Flexing the left toes, straightening your right leg, Coming up onto the fingertips so you can really lift your ribs up, away and out of your hips. And then exhale, forward fold. And as you forward fold, keep that awareness in your hips. Just notice if that right hip is a little higher, out of balance with the left hip. If you can, roll the right hip point down toward the floor. And then just find your perfect position for your body. Everyone's going to be a little bit different here. May even need to come onto your back for that hip groin stretch. So don't do anything that is uncomfortable in your body, and a good measure of that is whether or not you're holding your breath or your breath has become really short or choppy. It's always your best guide. And then just simply relax into the posture. And let go of the effort in your arms now, your palms. And just feel and notice how your breath naturally moves into the back of your lungs here as your body points down toward the floor. And taking 2 more deep breaths in and out. And just walking your hands back, drop down onto your left buttocks and sweep your right leg all the way around to the front of the room. Extend your right leg out straight. And draw the left knee up so it points up toward the ceiling, knees bent. And then take your left foot to the outside of your right leg. And just setting up for a twist here. Keep your right leg active, toes pointing toward the ceiling. Position your left fingertips behind you, reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. So find length in your spine, press into your sit bones so you lift a little taller, and then come into your twist, either hugging your left knee or hinging your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. And take 3 to 5 smooth breaths to find your edge in your twist. Your abdominal core stays nice and firm. Your breath pattern should move into your ribs here, into your upper back. And as you breathe deeply in this area, you create a little bit more space in the intercostal muscles between the ribs. And as you expand the ribs, that creates more space in between each of your vertebrae and your spine. And send the gaze forward. Release from your twist. Send your left leg out straight there. Reset for the other side. Right foot to the outside of your left leg. Try and plant the whole sole of your right foot on the floor so that your foot doesn't peel up. You can really actively press down into your foot to help lift your spine. Right fingertips behind you, left hand up toward the ceiling. Breathe in. Keep all that length and either hug or hinge your front knee to find your twist. And just feeling that the crown of your head's balanced right above your pelvis. And that your mind is firmly anchored in your body so you can feel and sense each movement of your breath, each incremental movement in your twist. Deep breath in. Exhale, gaze forward, release the legs, and either cross your legs here for a forward fold or take your legs out straight. If you are tighter in the hamstrings and the back body, separate your feet hip distance apart. Flex your toes Anchor into your sit bones, reach the arms alongside your ears, last forward fold before Shavasana. And exhale, fold down over your legs. Just placing your hands either side of your legs or toward your feet. Try not to pull or force yourself. Just keeping that integrity in your forward fold so your abdominals are engaged. You feel long and unwrinkled through the front of your spine. Collarbones feel fanned out wide. And chin can lightly tuck in toward your chest. Backs of the legs are pressing into the mat. And we've got a couple of minutes to soak in that feeling of your practice, just slowly peeling up, grabbing any extra layers you may like to keep your body warm and comfortable, any props that might make you feel more at ease, and then just transitioning down to lay on your back, separating your feet a little wider than your hips, letting your feet fall out to the sides. And turning your palms face up and laying your arms away from your body. And gently close your eyes. And just take a few moments to notice how you feel here at the end of your practice. Oftentimes while we do yoga is that feeling is so tangible. So just notice what you can sense. And perhaps a state of openness, spacious awareness, a state of easeful alertness, very present in your body. And then just start to relax gradually. If you can imagine your brain just relaxing into the back of your skull. Allowing your face to recede back so the eyeballs drop away from your eyelids. Your expression softens. Your shoulders and arms relax all the way down to the edge of your fingers. You can feel your breath slowing. Your belly just ebbing and flowing with your breath. Letting go of any effort or gripping, any restraint in the hips, the pelvis. And feeling the front and back seams of your legs. Relaxing, getting heavy. Muscles melting over your bones. And letting go of all your effort. And resting. Just gently, gently guiding your awareness back. Breathe deeply into your body. And as you exhale, just part the lips and let go. Sigh your breath out of your mouth. Bring some movement to your body. Wriggling the feet and the fingers. And bending the knees. If you're laying back there, take your feet to the floor. And take your time to roll out of the posture via your right hand side, just rolling the knees over, adjusting your eyes to the light in your room. And just slowly dragging yourself all the way back up to sit. Namaste, yogis.